Okay, I appear to be live on both platforms. I will send out a post on YouTube and Twitter saying as such. Maybe. As far as I can tell, I did. Okay, so I'm thinking another short stream tonight, to be honest. And everything except for Caster Labs is working. So, if I can get that working, then I'll have stream, otherwise I won't. Whether that works determines whether I'll be able to see both chats. So I'm here in Frostful Lighthouse, as I ended the last stream. And there are journals. I will collect all the journals and then I will read them. It did open, so I will tell it to show me all chats. There's a good number of purple mountain flowers here, if you want those. Mule's coughing. Mule, I am coughing enough for the both of us. I do not need to hear you cough too. Immortal Blood is a fun book. And another coin purse. There's lots of clothes and gloves and other stuff like that here. There's leather in here. There is another restoration skill book in this area, and I will be happy to have Mule to pick that up for me. Potions of resist cold and healing. Gloves and hats and clothes and Ramadi's journal. She's the girl that's dead in the entryway. And right over here is Mystery of Talara Volume 2. That is the skill book I referred to. Not that. I want you to do something. Oh, there will be fighting. Don't worry about that.
Anything else before you go?
Okay. And now.
Anything.
No. Now.
Do you still need me for something?
No. I do not.
I'm itching for a fight.
Now I need to trade some things with you.
No problem. I can carry a good bit of gear.
And take back the book. Okay.
All set. Let's go.
Above this fireplace, there's a torch book in a jar. There's also a burial urn that will have Mani's cellar key. If you do not want to or are unable to pick the lock to go downstairs. And let's take a moment to read the journals I've collected, starting with Hobbs' journal, as that's the first one I found. After years of sailing from Hammerfell to Solstheim and back, Ramadi and I have finally saved enough money to buy that old lighthouse we spotted on the coast, and we are moving in next month. These Nords really know how to live. It may be cold, but you can't beat the tranquility of watching icebergs to live out your silver years. Ramadi loves the place too, despite the occasional leaky ceiling. Mani and Sudi, unfortunately, seem miserable here. I know the kids are old enough to strike out on their own, but I hope they'll grow to love the peace and quiet here as I have. Mani and Sudi continue to bicker and harass each other, and they seem to have started in on their mother as well. Ramadi keeps finding things missing from the cellar. Sudi said she heard a noise down there, but Mani just thinks their mother is going mad from isolation. The very thought of it is ridiculous. She's always wanted to retire here. Sudie keeps saying that she hears scratching coming from the cellar at night. I think she's just trying to get her mother's goat, but I'd better head into town to get a few traps, just in case it's skeevers. She'll only take a couple days. I just hope those two go easy on Ramadi while I'm gone. Oh gods, why? I returned home to find my beautiful Ramadi killed in this thing, this horrible bug-like creature ransacking our home. I managed to kill the damned thing. I think it might be a Daedra. I've never seen anything like it. Oh gods, poor Ramadi. It must have come out of the cellar. I'm going down there and locking the door behind me to make sure they don't escape. I don't know if I'll make it out, but I have to save my family. And now I will read Ramadi's journal. We finally did it. We bought the lighthouse. I thought Hobbs was just making idle promises all these years. What husband doesn't want to promise their wife the 2 moons from the sky? But I didn't think we'd actually manage to get it. Now if I could only find where we put everything. I can't find my favorite cooking pot and it is slightly infuriating. Sudie and Monty seem unhappy, but they're still young and don't seem to understand that we just want to spend a few more years with them before they leave us to see the world. I know they think their father will live forever, but I see his age creeping into his eyes. He made me promise again that when he died I would put his bones in the lighthouse fire so he could look out over the ocean forever. Oh, those two get to me sometimes. I went to unpack some of our keepsakes from the trading ships we used to sail, but I can't find them. Sudie keeps saying she's hearing something in the basement at night, and Monty suggested it was skeevers. They know I hate skeevers. Now I'm too scared to go down there at all. I'm glad I unpacked my favorite urn and put it safely on the mantel before the two started causing mischief. If they put a skeever in the basement, I swear. And Sudie's journal. I hate it here. Why do we have to move to Skyrim anyway? I miss the big port cities. There was always something to do and new people around. Even being cabin girl on one of the ships we used to sail on would be better than this. Monty says we should run away, but I can't leave Mother and Father alone out here. Oh, what to do? We've been here for 2 months now, and there's nothing to do. From the top of the lighthouse, we can see all the way to the college at Winterhold. My father says that magic is for Daedra worshippers. The only interesting thing to have happened lately is that Mother snapped at us at dinner and accused us of stealing things out of the cellar. I did hear scratching down there the other night, but I thought it was just Father cleaning fish. I caught Monty in the cellar a couple days ago, going through the barrels and crates. At first I thought it was him all along making those scratches to play a trick on me, but I heard them again last night and Monty was in bed. Father finally said he would go get some traps and poison from town in case it's skeevers. I'm really scared. It doesn't sound like skeevers to me. Monty won't listen. He thinks I'm just making up the noises and keeps sneaking into the cellar. Why is he so stupid sometimes? I don't know why he keeps going down there, but I found the cellar key he copied and hid it in Mother's favorite keepsake, so he won't find it. The scratching is getting louder. And Monty's letter. Sudie, I know you've been making up that stuff about the noise in the basement to try to get me to stay, but I'm only waiting till Father gets home so you and Mother are safe. You can always come meet up with me before I head back to Hammerfell. Take care of yourself, little sister. Monty. And I think Monty does have a journal, but I don't think it's up here. There's a Nord meat under the bed along with the keepsake. Along with the knapsack.
I love the cold air. It's exhilarating. Perhaps it's because of my Nord blood, but there's something about it that makes me feel alive.
Wolfqueen Volume 4. Page gun. Just want to make sure I'm not passing up an interesting book. I mean, I think most of the books are interesting, so you may disagree with me on that. Okay. So down to the cellar. There are going to be a few traps on the stairs, so watch out for those. And we should hear some skittering soon. because the noises were not made up. There is something down here. In this room, there are 2 cars. And if you've got pretty good sneak and are careful with your archery, you can pretty much take care of them without getting too close. Basically, I want to kill the chorus here while engaging with them as little as possible. And if I do have to engage with them, hope that Mule takes the lead. So I'm going to take the... I'll take it all. But I will not take it from all of them. I want to make sure I have some clam meat too. There are fish hatcheries in this game. So I want to make sure I have fish to put in them so that they can repopulate. But I'm a little ways away from that. There's an adept chest here. Besides the 2 expert blocks that lead off from the main floor, there's not a whole lot to unlock here. If I want to make sure that I'm not engaging with the cars too much, I have to make sure that I'm getting back arrows where I can. Many of them will have eggs on them. Let's play a little game. If you're here and watching and have an account so that you can leave a message, guess how many chorus eggs I will have when I'm done here. It's not always exactly the same. Sometimes the number changes a little bit based on how many each enemy has on them, whether they do at all. And sometimes I'll miss a few eggs here or there. So I don't know the answer myself, but I'd be interested to know what people think a possible answer would be. So there's a chorus around the corner here, and I will probably have to fight this one. There's also a Falmer in the hut behind him. Grimsilver has a frost enchantment on it, and it won't do any good against the chorus. I saw something besides the kite and it instinctively grabbed it. So he's gonna be... Palmer is gonna be throwing ice spikes. Oh, it's already dead. Mule, you're too strong. So, got some, well, the staff of fire bolts, which would be real nice if I could take it. In just a second to cast a spell here.
I've seen enough death to last 3 lifetimes. Yet I never tire of a good
He's up here. Here's Money, one of the children.
think of that.
So at least one of the children is dead. And he didn't taken very far, but there's still the father and one other child. So let's keep going on and see what we can find. If you want to stay undetected, you would think that it's wiser to take out the Chorus first. Because, you know, they have eyes. Plenty of eyes. Too many eyes. Okay, you'll take care of them as well. I'll take the eggs and my arrows. And I'll use fast healing as often as I can. So I'm showing it's detected right now, but don't worry about it. The next enemy is a little ways away. So, glowing mushrooms, whitecap, and chorus eggs. If those are ingredients you like, you're in luck. I did spend a little bit more time thinking about what potions I may want to make. I'm thinking maybe Fortify Archery would be a good option. But I can also focus on getting that enchantment on equipment, so we'll see. There's a Chorus Reaper here, much larger than the regular Chorus. Excuse me, a tripwire here. One of those traps that will kill you right dead. And we have another room here. This one has spiders. The spiders have their own sense of fear, but compared to the Chorus here, I don't find them terribly unsettling. It's also another Falmer. There are a few Falmer here just because where there are Chorus, there are Falmer. I'm not sure there's a place that has one but 0 of the other. Maybe that, oh. No, there's Chorus there too. Okay, so we are moving on yet again. And here we can see a Falmer standing up above. I'll start hitting him. There will be another Falmer that is running towards me soon. And possibly the Chorus might come towards me as well. Here comes the other Falmer. I am now detected. Yule is directly behind me, I believe. And like I said, there's a Chorus up ahead. There's something to my right, but I want to take care of the Chorus first. It knows where I am, so it's hitting me with its poison. Okay. So, come off to the right here. And here is Sudi. There is a scrawled page. I don't know how long we've been down here. Father came down to find us, but these things captured him as well. I asked him if he'd seen Mother or Monty, but I don't know if he could even hear me. One of those big bugs bit him when he tried to get free, and now he's feverish. And then a blood-stained note. They took Father. They're brought down, but they took them off. Heard with the creatures, oh gods, why didn't I listen? And something about this dagger. There's an iron dagger right there. right along her wrist. The implication of what happened is clear. Rather than be dragged off like her father was, she used the dagger instead. So we have found the body of Ramadi, Sudi, and Mani. So we know that they're dead, and we know that the father was dragged off, and that one of the cars bit him, and he was at that point sick. And I'm trying to think of a story where a family moves into a lighthouse and it doesn't end badly for them. But none are coming to mind immediately. No. There's another Karis right there. This one will... I'm hoping to kill it, but it will often... If it can't find you, run away. But Mule's just gonna hop down there and take care of it anyway, so it's not going anywhere. I don't often bring Mule with me here because I'll generally just focus on trying to take out all the cars with archery. But because I came here at a higher level than I usually do, and that will result in there being additional enemy types, I wanted the added help. Lots of potions and poisons in there. Some gold. I haven't been saving frequently enough. Let's pop one. I'm not about to die right now, but other things can happen. So there's a couple cars down here. Same as with Avanchanzel. You have to find a spot where you're close enough to be able to shoot over the edge of over the side, but not so close that you fall down. Of course, Mule is hopping down there because she's far more melee. I will try to aid her with my archery where I can, but I'll probably have to hop down too, as they're fleeing her. And there's another one over right there. And if you come here at a low level, that's gonna be it. But there are these eggs all over the place. And if you're a high enough level, contain a different type of Karis. But it doesn't look like any of the eggs in this room have anything. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to the first room. And there are egg sacs all over the place. And another dead Karis. And I'm going to try and collect the Karis eggs from every single one of them. So I don't see any chats about guessing how many Karis eggs there would be at the end of this. But you may be looking at this room, thinking of the number that was in your head. If you're not familiar with this location, you may be realizing that your estimate was maybe a little bit under. I will tell you that this is not the last room like this. I have idly thought about, before I come here, getting the alchemy perk that lets you double your harvested ingredients. and just seeing how many I get then. It's an interesting thought, but God, the carry weight. Garcigs don't weigh very much, but when you're going to have a lot of them, even small amounts add up. Fortunately, I'm not, looting the other things, which is going to contribute to, all things considered, a fairly favorable playthrough regarding carry weight. There are challenges to playing the game the way I am, but carry weight is not one of them. Okay, I think we got all the egg sacs in this part of the room. Nope, there's more over here. I almost left a decent number of them behind. By the way, I'm not... Hello, Emily. Welcome. Nice to see you. Hope your morning is going well. I'm not going to use a fraction of the Karis eggs that I'm collecting here for potions or otherwise. It's just a game to me to see how many I end up with at the end. Actually, while Best Buy did tell me that my computer would be arriving Tuesday, I got the tracking from FedEx and they said it will actually be December 1st. So I will not be getting the computer as soon as I was hoping. So there will likely be a few more streams with this computer before I have the new one and can get switched over to it. Sadly. But I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll end up getting here sooner. Maybe it'll be delayed even more. Who knows? It is a shame. I was really looking forward to getting the stream quality improved sooner. So there is a little bit of Quicksilver here. When you're making elven weapons, you also need Quicksilver for those. And I believe there's Quicksilver to upgrade them as well. But I'm not certain on that. But I am certain that you need it to craft the weapons. And elven gilded armor as well. So when you do the mining animation, you do exit sneak. So if you're sneaking as I am, make sure you go back and do it afterwards. That's where the other one in this room is. I always forget. But maybe level 14 is just under the cutoff. Because usually there's at least one in this room. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Maybe it's the ones in Blackreach that started appearing at level 12. Okay, so this is the last room of the dungeon. There are many more cars. And I hope we can kill them without attracting the attention of the boss. Because the boss is a lot more fun if you haven't already seen it ahead of time. But if we can't kill these cars fast enough, they'll run away and attract the attention. Cars are kind of tanky. Which is why I've spent so much time working on my archery recently. My sneak is pretty good, so even though I'm sending a lot of arrows their way and hitting so few, they haven't managed to find me yet. That one looks like it should be hitting the edge, but for some reason it goes through. Another egg sack there. Didn't realize how close to me that one was. For the most part, they can't actually get up to me up here. So even if they do detect you, aside from their spinning attack, you're safe. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm doing alright, facing my fears in the form of cars. I enjoy streaming the game. It's not my favorite game of all time. It ranks favorably among my games. I don't know if I can recommend it for everyone. I don't know your level of experience with games in general. If you like this type of game, then yes, I would definitely recommend it. Oh, goodness, I didn't notice that one. I have studied in the past both music and video production and web design. So, streaming and YouTube videos was kind of a parallel to the video production studies. As far as job, I don't really have a traditional job at the moment. I mostly help out around home, cooking and cleaning and stuff like that, getting groceries. which affords me time to stream. I live in Illinois. It is very cold. I mean, it's not like freezing during the day too much yet, but especially at night, it's the part of the year where it's starting to get pretty darn cold. Yeah, I've had a couple of frost advisories. I do eventually want to get more followers and at least affiliate, but I know that I'm streaming enough to be an affiliate, but I need quite a few more followers and average viewers especially. I have not reached the average viewers for, you need 3 average viewers per stream to become an affiliate, and I think it's 25 followers. I have 8 right now. I would be happy to have you join me for any of my streams. I would say one of my favorite parts about streaming is the interaction. I do have a Discord, I don't check it very often. But it is there. Okay, so we... gosh. I mean, I check it so often, or so rarely, I'm not even sure what my... I assume it's Bando Guy 4, as that's my username pretty much everywhere. Yeah, I'll drop a quick save first, because sometimes when I chat, sometimes when I type something in chat, my stream crashes. So this Kara Reaper is the boss of the lighthouse, and it has Hobbs' remains. So, confirmation that the whole family has died. I'm gonna keep picking up the eggs. I still want to see how many I can end up with at the end. There's a lot of cars floating around here. Okay. I've never had a request on Discord to get any sort of spam. I don't think they have a spam filter. I don't think I'm going to reach the 500 mark of Karas eggs this time. That's always my hope. That's like the number what a extremely successful run of this dungeon would be. I don't even know how to check referral requests on the Discord app.
My father wanted me to follow in his footsteps as a hunter, but I set my aspirations a bit higher. He never complained. I miss him.
Oh, just so many Karas eggs to collect here. And there's some more glowing mushrooms here. I know glowing mushrooms have a number of good effects, fortify smithing among them. And it's always nice to be able to pop a potion and improve your things just a little bit more. So it certainly looks like I was mistaken about the possibility of enemies in the eggs, as I'm basically done with the dungeon and none have popped out as of yet. Though I had a little mini heart attack when I saw Bill walking across the edge of the screen.
I've never been a sellsword, never traded my skills for pay. I've always adventured on my own terms.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing a request anywhere. Hey Ella, welcome to the stream. I'm just collecting eggs. So many eggs. To 403 already. And there's this whole throne area where the Kara's Trooper was that I haven't even started checking yet. Yeah, my Discord app has all sorts of issues itself, so may have to wait until I can log in on my computer after the stream before I can add you. Sorry about that. Discord is a fine platform, but its mobile app leaves a lot to be desired. I haven't harvested that egg sac yet, but the hitbox for that one is a little bugged.
People say Skyrim is one of the most dangerous places in Tamriel. I think they're wrong. It's magnificent, and I'm proud to call it home.
I think I'm just about done here. Even though I haven't found all of them, I have more than enough. The last couple still arrows back. So, let me say I got 480 Karis eggs here. Which, like I said, not the 500 I dream of getting someday, but 400 is a pretty good number. Certainly more than I get sometimes. I'm not too worried about picking up more whitecap or glowing mushrooms. And there's one more thing to read. If you have found this note, then I failed to kill the creatures that invaded my home and killed my family. Please avenge us if you are able. Kill every last one of those blighted monsters and take what I've left in the chest on the roof of the lighthouse. I won't be needing it. So he's telling you to go to the roof of the lighthouse, and I read Ramadi's journal earlier, and she mentions in it that Hobbs had a request that should he die before her, that she leave his remains at the top of the lighthouse so that he can watch over the seas forever. So, with the key we got from the Kara's Trooper that presumably belonged to him, if you do not pick the lock that leads up over here, that key will unlock it. So we call I'm all the way up here, up in Skyrim. Takes some time to load. And hopefully it'll load in a moment here. Alright. So up here there will be a locked chest. You need the key to open it. Almost positive I have fortified conjuration, but I'll take it just in case. And if you come up these stairs, you can activate the lighthouse brazier, and his remains will be removed and it adds Sailor's Repose. So the reason I went through that blighted lighthouse is to get Sailor's Repose. It is a permanent effect. Healing spells cure 10% more. So now, between perks and that, healing heals 16 points per second, fast healing heals 82 points, and closed wounds heals 165 points. I'm gonna quickly travel back to Whiterun and unload my stuff.
Looking for my husband Nazim? Check the Jarl's backside. That's usually where he stuffs himself these days.
This game came out in 2011, November 11th, 2011. But this is it's received some updates since then. The special edition released in 2016, and then the 20th anniversary edition in 2021. I am playing the anniversary edition, but I do not have all of the content that was included with it. I installed a mod that let me pick and choose what of it I used, because I didn't want all of it. I feel like some of it kind of breaks the balance of the game. So it's certainly not a new game, but its popularity has endured.
Last 3 lifetimes. Yet tired of a good fight. What do you make of that?
Yes, I love my mods. I have a modest mod list because of the age of my computer, but when I get a new one, I'm gonna add a bunch. Yeah, you can actually make some pretty tasty looking food in this game. Show you in the cooking pot here. Got a wide variety of stews and soups, chowder, cooked fish, of a variety of types, cooked beef, boar meat. So many different types of fish in the game, all added with the fishing creation. You got some cheese and fondue, grilled veggies and meat, a few sweet things like the long taffy treat, 2 different kinds of salmon meat. One takes salt pile and salmon meat, one takes salt pile and salmon. Not entirely sure what the difference is. Vegetable soup is one of my favorite things to make in the game. And that's just what you can make in a cooking pot. There's also an oven you can get in some places that gives you even more options of what to cook. So yes, you can become a decent chef in this game. In fact, there's a speed run to cook every possible item in the game as quickly as possible. I will never cease to be amazed at the various speedrun categories that they come up with for some games. Okay, I wanted to get up here so I can get some of the stuff out of my inventory. I picked up Immortal Blood because it's an interesting book, but I don't think now is the correct time to read it. I think today's book will be The Firmament. And Otis, I did accept your friend request on Discord. I did manage to find it. Okay, so I've been going for almost an hour, and I've only dropped 2.5% of my frames. I want to go to Solitude anyway, so I'll turn the thing to find his, to steal his Flawless Garnet from him on. One of the next things I want to do is a quest that I have not started yet in Solitude, but it is considered a major quest of the city. And it's another one of the what I consider to be an archery heavy quest. So I'll at least get that started today. It's not too terribly long, so I might be able to finish it as well. That's not the right drink. Alright, so we'll head towards the palace. Bullgear Bearclaw will be in here, but the person I need to talk to start the quest is Falk Firebeard. Using loading screens to stay hydrated. I wonder if I can actually get hidden. I can. But I only have a 43% chance to steal it. My pickpocket is not very high. I don't have any bonuses from Thieves Guild armor. And Flawless Garnets are fairly pricey.
I swear to you, unnatural.
Got it. So Varnius Junius is talking about what I want to do.
Perhaps it's because of my Nord blood.
And secure the town. Hafingar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. What about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
I've got what I came for. I better get back to Dragonbridge.
Okay, so I will talk to Volk, Firebeard.
You have court business to tend to. You talk to me. Feel free to. The Jarl is not to be disturbed.
I hear you're looking for some help with Wolfskull Cave.
You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work. Please.
The man who cried wolf. Begun. So I'll turn off all those things, so I'm not getting distracted. I still have 91 steel arrows. That should be enough. Of course, there's always the possibility that I'm underestimating what level of enemy will appear there, but hopefully that will be enough arrows. It should be. So Wolfskull Cave is over there. I have not been over to that area yet. But I'll go down to the stables and farm and work my way over from there. There's actually a lot in this northwestern reaches of Skyrim to do. Important for the Dawn Guard DLC. A major side quest done. This quest, Daedric quest. There's a miscellaneous quest to clear out a vampire lair. All sorts of things in the northwestern part of Skyrim. And when I join the Imperial Legion, I'll have to clear out the fort up here. And there's Varnius heading back to Dragonbridge. All by his lonesome. I might have to buy some salmon tomorrow. If I'm willing to go get groceries. May have to get some salmon. So, since I have done the first dragon fight, it is not uncommon for a dragon to appear along this route. So I might get my first dragon encounter non-scripted over here. I will discover the Stormcloak camp while I'm over here. As I have not joined the Imperials yet, they won't attack me on sight. But they still don't really want me around. They'll make vaguely threatening comments, telling me to walk away. I'm not sure what exactly I would have to do to get them to attack me. If just standing around for long enough would do it, or if I have to do a particular action I don't like. Look at my temple lying in ruins. I don't know if I'm going to get close enough to trigger Meridia's dialogue to start, but her shrine is right there. So it's certainly possible. If I can get the word wall over here without triggering
Look
for
at my temple lying in ruins. So much for the constancy of mortals, their crafts and their hearts. If they love me not, how can my love reach them?
Well, I'm not returning her beacon to her right now. I'm getting this word wall. The rock log awaits. Air, Elemental Fury. I do not have a Dragon Soul to unlock it right now, but Elemental Fury is a fun shout. I generally do not check DMs while I'm streaming. So there are some skeletons outside here. Make sure to soul trap one of them. Nice quick loading screen for the cave today. So there are some skeletons outside, which is no more threatening than Falk Firebeard. I guess would be here. But that's before I even get into the cave. Some blister wart gear, which I like to pick up, because I know it can be used for a healing potion. And there's a Draugr up ahead. Base level Draugr. And if you come back a little ways, and stay to the upper path on the right here, you can get above the next group of enemies and under cover. There are some necromancers in here, so they will try to revive each other after you kill one. There are some other enemies that will come through that door. They may or may not actually open the door. We'll see. So there's an apprentice necromancer, a little stronger than the other ones. And a Draugr Scourge, which is the 4th level. I'm actually not sure if he's 4th or 5th. I'm not sure if the hulking Draugr is stronger than the Scourge. But I know he's stronger than base, Restless, and White.
What was that?
I'm dropping some frames because my antivirus started running. Which is kind of annoying, but it's getting better, I think. No? Oh, bad things are happening. Very bad things are happening. I'm dropping many frames. I will be keeping an eye on my stream health, and if that starts happening again, I may have to call it.
Going to enjoy killing you.
The apprentice necromancer may actually be right behind me. I don't know what Mule is doing right now.
I knew I'd find you. You're pathetic.
Alright, she's fighting Mule behind me. Seems like the Scourge is up here now too. So Draugr Scourge can summon Frost Atronachs. If the Draugr dies, so too does the Atronach. I would like to know where that Apprentice Necromancer ended up. Necromancers often have alchemical ingredients on them. So, and Conjure Skeleton Minion. I wanted to learn how to conjure skeletons, and now I can. I'm gonna favorite that spell right away. It's not going to do me much good here, but I like having skeletons with me. It makes me smile, even if not terribly useful. There's another former necromancer there. Got the lesser ward spell, which means I will not have to be taught it when I go to the college eventually. I will already know that spell. Down to 68 arrows, because that Scourge took a lot of them. I believe every enemy that is in this room came through the door. Nope, there's still a skeleton. Can I soul trap it before? I cannot soul trap it before Mule kills it. Okay, so once I go down this hole, I cannot exit the dungeon until I finish it. So I will drop hard saves there. And drop down. And I am almost immediately greeted with a transition into the rest of the ruins. Well, this doesn't look like bandits.
Wolf Queen, hear our call and awaken. We summon Potema. We summon Potema. Long have you slept the dreamless sleep of death, Potema. No longer. Hear us, Wolf Queen. We summon you. We summon Potema.
So there's a necromancer and a Draugr right down there. Restless Draugr today. I want to be careful with my arrows, not wasting them. Catch that one as it's starting to fall. I don't know what type of necromancer it is yet. Alright, whatever type of necromancer that is, they're dead. And the Draugr is dead. I think there was another necromancer, but I'm not sure where exactly they went. There's another Draugr that walks the steps over here. Got him. And there's a Draugr and Necromancer all the way over there. Necromancer doesn't often come up high enough to be hit, but the Draugr will return to that area over and over again as you are hidden. So eventually you'll be able to take them out. There are also enemies walking along up here. For example, the Draugr right there. If you can do some math in your head and figure out the angles, you can kill a lot of enemies before even leaving this perch. But sometimes they're behind the wall. Sometimes you just can't quite get the angle right. Or they'll start walking at an unexpected moment. Of course, there's no rule that says you have to kill anyone before the... oh, you're still standing over here. You can go and kill them all from a closer location. But the reason I wanted to make sure I had arrows before I came here was I enjoyed trying to kill things from very, very far away. The Draugr White was quite wounded, so it may take a while or not actually return to his previous spot at all. There's a Draugr there. And I missed. And now he's under cover. Got him. The main necromancers are up there. It is possible to hit them from here. I have done it before, but it is not terribly likely to succeed. I'm aiming too low now. Got him. And the necromancer came up from down below where they were. But my chances of the necromancer staying still enough for me to actually hit them are slim to none. I think I've done enough from a distance. And it's not the most fun to just see me standing in one place trying to snipe everyone. So I will move on. There is oil and flame pots in here if you want to kill them that way. I would love to take all the necromancer robes, they sell for a lot, but against my rules, self-imposed rules. So I managed to find one of my arrows and the one to pierce this restless Draugr's head. I would use Detect Dead to make sure I find all the necromancers, but as I don't have silent casting, that would likely reveal my presence, but I'll try it a little bit. Nighttime's my favorite time to play this game, but I am odd like that. I already had conjuration robes, so I know I won't need more than one. I mean, most of the bodies are there because I killed them. I know this game is rated M for a reason. Ah, yes, this Draugr. Sometimes he'll come out of this tower and you'll be able to snipe him ahead of time, but not often. I did not mean to pick up the battle axe, I was looking for my arrow. And dropping the battle axe somehow hurt me. I'll let you know this necromancer's still right up here. I knew he was there, so I was able to react quickly. There are still a fair number of necromancers here. Essentially, Draugr are zombies, or at the very least, reanimated undead. Or reanimated dead. They're not alive anymore, but they're still moving. They are focused on me all, so they don't even know that I'm here. Standing in a darkened corner. Yeah, they were going after my follower, who has now killed all the people who went after her. And I accidentally hit her with one of my own arrows. Thankfully, she's very loyal and will not kill me for that. Because if she wanted to kill me, oh, she could. She's so much stronger than I am. Yeah, so she went ahead and killed everyone for me. Or just about everyone. She didn't go all the way to the top of the tower. But the enemies that were close enough to see us, she took care of all of them. There's just a few guys left. Plus the special necromancers at the top of the tower. You saw that.
There is an intruder.
It sounds like they're talking into your head. Sounds like they're right next to you. So I took out some of the Draugr over here earlier, so I have to take them out now. There will be several necromancers at the top of this tower, plus the ritual master. I heard them casting their protective spells. Oh, I actually got detected. Go figure. No, I will actually conjure a skeleton minion now. I'm already detected. May as well have some fun. They'll mostly be focused on Mule. There's my skeleton. These necromancers were no match for a mule. I didn't even get to see one of them. Is it this one? No, that was a dragger.
I shall not be bound.
So there's Potema. She's flying away.
People say Skyrim is one of the most dangerous places in
There's another skill book here.
It's magnificent.
The Refugees is a light armor skill book.
Anything. As
So,
long as I get to fight. Did you need something?
since Mule is still with me, I can get her to grab that skill book as well. The 60 seconds is up, so my skeleton went away.
No problem. I can carry a good bit of gear.
Oh, the Refugees. Room server's still fine on charge. I don't know if she actually uses up the charge. And if I come over here, here's the boss chest for the location. I know I got Magicka damage last stream, so I will not take that Orcish battle axe. And if I come through this door, it brings me back out in the Wolf Skull cave area above where I dropped down. And pretty close to the entrance. So I don't have to go too far. And I know exploration is a major part of what makes Skyrim fun, but I will fast travel back to the palace. And since I'll have to talk to Falk Firebeard again anyway, this is where I'll start to get some of the extensive dialogue that is necessary or that is available in the palace from Falk and Sibyl Stentor, Jarl Elisif. Maybe the Thanes if I'm feeling particularly chatty, but they're kind of boring. I find it interesting that campsites are most useful for survival mode, so you can sleep wherever. But if you have survival mode turned on, then the marked location on the map that is telling you you can fast travel to later would be disabled. But I guess it's there so that if you want to camp without survival mode on, you can fast travel.
Folks at court won't admit it, but Sibyl Stentor scares us all to death.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you're not at least a little bit scared of Sibyl Stentor, then there's something wrong with you. Oh, goody. A fog advisory was just issued for my location. I mean, it's dark now anyway, so I can't really tell, but... So, Fall Firebeard will be waiting right here for you.
Good. What did you find at Wolf Skull Cave?
Some necromancers were attempting to summon and bind Potema.
Potema herself? Please tell me you stopped them.
I interrupted the ritual. It's done.
You've done a larger service to the realm than you could possibly know. A resurrected Potema. I shudder at the thought.
Oh, hello. Just
And he gave me some gold.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Elisif seems to rely on you a great deal.
She still mourns greatly for her husband, High King Torek. So she leaves many of the courtly details to me.
Does General Tullius respect Elisif?
Of course he does. What sort of a question is that? maybe you've been listening to Eriker. There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes, and I suspect he's the cause of it. You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to retain your welcome in this city. She may be young, but Elisif is the Jarl by right. And here in Skyrim, if nothing else, we respect the traditions of our fathers' fathers. You'd do well to remember that.
Slow down, Falk. What will happen to Elisif if the Empire wins the war?
That remains to be seen. By rights, she has a legitimate claim as High Queen of Skyrim. But we must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning. Should they accept her rule, we will have peace. Anyone with a stout heart like yours is welcome here.
Let's talk to Sibyl Stentor.
If I needed something from you, you would know it.
How long have you been the court wizard?
I was a member of the court during the reign of Toryg's father. It was Toryg who appointed me to the position.
So you and High King Toryg were close?
Very. I helped raise him. Oh, I could not have been more proud to see Toryg on the throne. He made a fine king. A fine king.
Were you there when High King Toryg died?
I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome death.
Why was Toryg killed?
Because Ulfric needed a symbol. Someone he could defeat that represented the Empire. The White Gold Concordat, the banning of Talos worship. Toryg's father Islot had held Skyrim together for nearly 25 years. When he died, Toryg became that symbol.
So the war started when Islad died?
No, even after Islad died, the Moot voted to make Toryg High King of Skyrim. But Ulfric was at that Moot, continually talking about Skyrim's independence in terms just shy of treason. I don't think Ulfric knew how much Toryg respected him for that. If Ulfric had asked Toryg directly to stand up, to declare independence, Toryg might have done it.
It's exhilarating.
Why didn't Toryg ever declare independence?
Because the Dominion is a sleeping beast that Skyrim cannot slay alone. Because many Nords are part of the Imperial Army even now. Because the food and resources we get from the Empire are important to our people. Because even if we can't openly worship him, Talos the God was once Tiber Septim the man, and this is his empire. And Toryg wasn't ready to let it fall apart.
And I can get a quest from her to kill some vampires.
Take care of yourself and always
And I wonder why
is ripe with people looking to spill
she wants me to kill vampires.
Is good for Skyrim. Bryling's obsession with honor and tradition is quaint, but politically irrelevant.
What's your place in the court?
I'm a Thane. In the future, you may want to gain that information before talking with someone. Risk of looking like an idiot and all that.
I'd kill you if I could. Do all the Thanes support Elisif?
Oh, most certainly. At least when Elisif herself asks. If you're inquiring whether we have concerns about her age and inexperience, let me put it this way. The Thanes have every confidence in General Tullius's leadership. I must return to the court. They simply can't make do without me.
Oh, they can. How about Bryling?
I can always. Many condemn the Stormcloaks, but I refuse. There is honor in fighting for what you believe.
She doesn't have much to say to me. I'll talk to Jarl Elisif.
There's something personal I was hoping you would do for me.
What can I do for you, Jarl?
Falk told me what you did for us at Wolfskull Cave. He says you're someone we can trust. As you may know, Talos worship is outlawed in the Empire. When we buried my husband, I made offerings to all the gods, except Talos. I would like you to take an item of his, a war horn handed down from his father, and place it at a shrine of Talos.
I would be honored to help.
Thank you. It would mean a lot to me. It's a fine day with
But there's other dialogue options. Why did Ulfric kill your husband?
Because that's what traitorous cowards do when they desire power. Ulfric coveted the High King's throne. He thought he deserved it more than Torrig. And so he came before my husband and he shouted with that terrible voice, like something out of a legend or a nightmare. When Ulfric unleashed such fury, my husband, he simply ceased to be. That is all I will say, for it grieves me to speak of it.
Are you the High Queen of Skyrim?
Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it. The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, and like any blight, must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen.
Do you trust General Tullius?
A question I am all too familiar with. One my very Thanes ask often. They worry that Tullius is so focused on the war that he risks forgetting what's best for our people. The real irony is that, while General Tullius is certainly no Nord, the people of Skyrim would be lost without him. Trust is always difficult, especially for my people. Yet we must trust in Tullius's leadership. For what other choice do we have? Be well. Pray for Solitude and my husband.
So the quest to become Thane of Hafingar, of which Solitude is the capital, requires you to complete this quest of taking the war horn to the Shrine of Talos over here. But to get that quest, you must you have to do Wolfskull Cave first. You like old vintage outfits on women. Seems you're an old-fashioned guy. I mean, there's something to be said for vintage outfits, but that's just kind of the feel of this game. It's more of a historical fantasy, like medieval times. So it's not a modern game. So it makes sense that the outfits the characters are wearing are what we in the real world would consider to be vintage at this time.
Long life to you, Thane.
But I have no doubt that there are no small number of people that would consider me old-fashioned.
I am your sword and your shield.
So, just putting it out there, to become Thane of Hafingar, you have to buy the house in Solitude. And it is a very large house, and it costs 25,000 gold to buy it. Obviously, I have nowhere near that amount right now. I haven't been to the plantation for a little bit, so I don't doubt that I would get a small amount of... I'd probably get a decent amount of money by talking to Annika and collecting the profits. Plus, I'm sure all of the crops have regrown by now, so I can make more potions. And continue working on selling them and getting gold that way. But I'm in no rush to become Thane of Hafingar. I will become Thane of all 9 holds at one point or another. But it's not high on my list of priorities. Actually, the next thing I do has nothing to do with becoming Thane of any hold. the next thing I'll be working on is getting my smithing skill increased, which I suppose could involve becoming Thane of 3 particular holds, as they would allow me to build houses on their land, and as I'm building those houses and crafting building materials, the lock, hinges, iron fittings, and nails, and so on, I would get smithing experience from that. But mostly, I want to get things so that I can make jewelry. That will get my smithing up even faster. So, Fortify One-Handed, Fortify Alteration and Magicka Regen, and Fortify Conjuration and Magicka Regen. And I already had a circlet, I already had some item at one point or another that gave me Fortify Conjuration. So I'm down at 92 carry weight now. And a lot of it is I did 2 Dormer Ruins, so I have a lot of unfilled soul gems, and those are weighing me down. Oops. But some of it is that I still have a...
Could you spare a coin?
Oh, Lucia, your story is tragic. I'll get to it. I still have many of the potions I crafted in my first... Welcome back, Leroy. It's going pretty well.
So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Nice to see you again. I think I will this time buy out all of her ingredients again. Just to give her a little bit more gold for my potions.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
I did Wolf Skull Cave and Frostville Lighthouse tonight. And I'm thinking of clearing out some of the more profitable mines.
Take a look.
So I'll see if he has anything I want. I'll take the iron ore and the silver ore. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, the general goods merchants have a little more gold than alchemists to begin with.
Well met, traveler.
Come by Bellathor's shop.
So there are 3 mines that I want to clear out,
But I'm too busy to talk right now.
and I'll do at least one of them today. One of them does not require any combat.
What do you need, my thing?
I think I will do Halted Stream Camp first. This is the one geographically closest to Whiterun. I want to check out the ice root teeth I have real quick. Just the one. I need 5 for a quest.
Honor to you, my thing.
If I do Waking Nightmares, I get 3 during that. I don't know. They're kind of pushy about me adding them on Discord. And I did it, but... I don't really check Discord all that often, even when I'm not streaming. So, I'm going to turn off that quest for now. I will do it eventually. Halted Stream Camp is north of Bleakwind Basin. So straight ahead of me here at that Nordic tomb is Silent Moon's camp. A little bit to the right, and I just saw its icon appear, is Halted Stream Camp. I do sometimes get attacked by vampires right here, so if I do, it'll be nice to have Neil with me. Otherwise, she'll probably get distracted by a mud crab. Speaking of mud crabs, nope, I accidentally got my steel sword in my left hand. Your character is not left-handed. Even if you want to make them as such. Yeah, I can tell. It was fairly obvious that he was spam. But I still humor them for a little bit because even if they're spamming me, it's still engagement for the stream. So there are a number of bandits outside this camp. What amulet do I have equipped right now? I do have the amulet of Mara equipped, so that helps with my restoration, but oh god! The mammoth came after me. Thank goodness. I mean, it's aggroed now. Mule wants to fight it. Oh, Sabercat! Good lord! I am getting inside. I was like, oh, we accidentally engaged the mammoth. I'll help Mule fight it. Then Sabercat. She may be stuck out there for a while, but hopefully she'll join me before too long. So there's one bandit straight ahead. Are those enemies rare? No, they're fairly common, but I'm just not really... My armor and weapon skills are a little bit lacking at the moment, so my chances of staying alive while fighting them are not good. I will pick that lock before I take the key, just for that little bit of extra experience. There are 3 more bandits in this cave. And actually, I think after I kill them, I'll dismiss Mule, because I don't want her with me for the other 2 mines. And she'll just get in the way while I'm trying to mine the iron here. The bandits detected her, so they put up their defensive spells. That's Mule. I know, I'm trying to hit them. She's downed. I shouldn't have hit her with that extra arrow. There's a trap right there. The bandit chief could kill me very easily with his 2-handed weapon, but he will not follow you outside. Hopefully the saber cat and mammoth are not too close. There is some loot out here I was hoping to grab. This is another trap trigger where I don't really know what it does because I never triggered it, but apparently that's a mace that falls and hits you. Based on the fact that there's a mace right there. And then there's another treasure chest over here that I can also unlock. Breaking lockpicks on lower level locks. I don't disagree that they should be able to chase you outside, but I won't pretend that I haven't enjoyed the fact that they can't from time to time. I mean, if they were able to chase me outside, I would still be fine here. I'd just pop my level up and get all my health back. Looks like the bandit outlaw did not go all the way back.
What was that?
And then with all of my health and Mule's health back, I will grab the Poacher's Axe. That is a unique enchantment to deal more damage to enemies that cannot deal more damage to animals that cannot be found anywhere else but on that particular item. I'm using Detected to make sure that the trap didn't kill the bandit chief on my way out, but looks like he is probably still alive. But he is hurt enough that yeah, I imagine open cities would be very interesting with combat, as running into a city would not have any transition. I assume enemies would be able to follow you more easily. So, as I said I would, I will part ways with Mule here.
Such a shame. I thought we were getting along so well. I'll head back to Riften if you should have second thoughts.
All the enemies are dead. And one of the reasons I wanted to do, I'm going to claim Halted Stream Camp. You can claim it for either side of the Civil War. You can claim it for either Battleborn or Greymane, or you can claim it for Whiterun Hold. If you claim it for Whiterun Hold, the merchants in Whiterun gain extra gold, and I like that. Plus, my typical choice when claiming a camp with Lawbringer is to claim it for whatever hold that camp is in. So the main reason I came here is for the Transmute Mineral Ore spell. It turns a piece of unrefined iron ore to silver, or silver ore to gold if the caster is not carrying any iron. The way the spell works by default is it checks first for silver and will turn any silver into gold. And then if you have no silver, it will check for iron, turn that iron into silver, and then you'll have a piece of silver so it can turn that directly into gold. I have a mod that makes it check for the iron first. A timber frame window. Outside one? I'll be honest, the window was installed many years ago, before I was old enough to care what type of windows were being installed at home. So I do not know. I can find out, but at the moment I do not know. So my transmute mod makes it check for iron first, and then only if you have no iron will it start converting silver to gold. I feel like that is more advantageous for the way I like to smith jewelry. So there is one corundum ore vein in here, right there, and 2 iron waxes. I think I have fire, but just in case. And there's a large number of iron ore veins in this camp. This one in particular is a little difficult to hit without the mining animation. And there are a couple like that. But for the most part, you'll be able to just swing your pickaxe and mine a little bit faster. Sometimes I like to let the animation play, but when there's this many ore veins, anything that speeds it up a little bit is good. Window manufacturer. The most fancy word I know involving windows is fenestration. So the first time I was playing Skyrim, I walked out of the cave into this area, and it was night in the game, so I could not see all the spikes around. So for years I was scared to walk out here, because I thought there was something that was just waiting out here to kill me every time. But it turns out all that time it was just spikes that I didn't see. So as long as you're careful, you don't have to worry about the spikes. There are a number of traps in here. There's a bear trap. There's a tripwire that would drop that. There's a pressure plate that would bring a mammoth skull swinging down on you. But most traps in this game are easy to avoid if you know where they are. There's even a perk in the sneak skill tree that will make it so that pressure plates don't trigger when you step on them at all. So this chest is empty. I don't know why. Usually there's something in there. There are a lot of mammoth parts here, or at least they're supposed to. I think the Lawbringer mod is changing things, because there's supposed to be mammoth tusks there too. And I think I claimed it too early. Yes, claiming it for Whiterun Hold and then going outside and back in changed a lot of things. I should have been more careful regarding that. But this is my glowing ore veins is a nice mod. You are absolutely right about that. Sometimes it is not easy to find them. This is my first full playthrough with the Lawbringer mod, so I'm not exactly sure always how it interacts with certain locations. So you may want, if you're using it, you may want to clear out this camp a little more thoroughly before claiming it than I did here. I think all of the iron ore vein mines will still be here at least, but there's some other things you may want to pick up, like mammoth tusks, that are not here anymore.
What do you want, little elf?
As I said, most of the iron ore veins here.
Careful.
Yeah, and I'm not sure Lawbringer is a very commonly used mod, but I was thinking one day that I don't like how it feels like no matter how many things you kill in Skyrim, it doesn't make any difference. So I was specifically looking for mods that change that aspect of the game, and that's one of the ones I came across. So most of the iron ore veins here you can get by just swinging your pickaxe. There are a few that are a little difficult to get. Particularly the ones on the ground up here. Though a lot of times that's because there's a dead bandit, and it thinks that I'm hitting the bandit instead of the ore vein. But since he was cleared up, don't worry about that. When you leave here, you should have, I believe it's 52 pieces of iron ore. Have you found all of the ore veins? And I'm still a bit short of that, but I know that there are more ore veins over this way. I'm at 49 now, so I believe I'm still missing an ore vein. And it is more than likely somewhere in this hallway. But I neither have any torches, nor have I yet acquired the candlelight spell to help me see things like that. But I'm just going to leave it for now. But know that you should be able to get a little bit more iron than I have right now. And yes, if I had the glowing ore vein mod, obviously I would see it.
We should talk to Adrian at the forge.
Because this camp can be claimed, it's also why the sacks up here were listed as stealing before.
Targets for those damn dragons.
Because it belongs to the people here. And there's mine stores there. There's a note here. An archery challenge. Put an arrow through the eye of the skull dead ahead of you. I haven't seen that before. The skull dead ahead of you. Is my jaw distance not good enough to see the skull?
God might get nervous. A man approaches.
Oh, calm down.
Fear not. Come dragon or giant, we'll be ready.
Is this skull right here. I'll try like 3 arrows. And see if I can manage to put an arrow through it in 3. So, line up the shot. Let's try here. I imagine I would have got something if I hit it. Try. I imagine something would have happened if I had done it. Let's head towards the skull and see if I can figure out where my arrows landed at least. I don't see any of my arrows. But they're not particularly easy to see to begin with. Telekinesis would probably help me find them. More bandits. I was not expecting that.
And I may still show mercy. Time for you to die.
So this guy is added by this mod. He hangs out in Whiterun until you claim this camp, and then he runs it. So between the Whiterun guards and him, those bandits were not an issue. So my carry weight is 169. I will do one more location before I end this stream. And it is not Kolskager Mine. I will do Kolskager Mine at the start of the next stream. What I'm going to do today is go to the village of Karthwasten for my first session of smithing power leveling. I went iron that I will transmute. I went gold, which I will get at Kolskager Mine. And I went silver, which can be mined in Karthwasten. There are 2 mines there. For a while I remembered that the game pronounces it Karthwasten, because I thought of the town as a waste of time. But that was before I did as much smithing in the playthrough as I do now. Now I find the silver there to be very valuable. So I consider the town essential for any playthrough. There will be a minor quest to complete when I get there, but I have more than enough speech to pass a persuasion check, so I will not have to fight. I may have to fight to get there, that I will not have to fight while I'm there. I did mention the reindeer and the Saturalia clothes outside the Dawn Star a couple streams ago. I will collect those on December. I will collect those and use them in a stream sometime after December 1st. The clothes are very clearly Christmas holiday themed, and I do not start celebrating the Christmas season until December 1st.
What do you want?
The Khajiit caravans are outside Markarth right now. I will start heading in this direction. I will go right by Kolskager Mine going this way. So, I could clear it now, but it will at least be on my map so I can travel to it quickly next time. But there will be Forsworn outside of it that will attack me on sight. So I am ready to sprint. So that they don't do too much damage to me. Forsworn arrows, like the Palmer arrows, are actually weaker than iron. Like Palmer arrows, they do 7 damage, whereas iron does 8. But it is not uncommon for Forsworn bows to be fairly powerful. So I still consider the archers quite dangerous. I'll discover a few caves and the like along the way to Karthwasten. Let's see if I can flame this bunny. I did not see where it went. Went into the bushes and disappeared from view. So there are no more guaranteed enemy spawns on this road, but there is a random encounter that can happen up here. It is a Thalmor patrol, taking a Stormcloak prisoner with them. It was ready to attack me, I think. Unfortunately, I have not done either of the quests that can make the Thalmor hate you. So I'm going to switch to the Amulet of Bella just in case I need the extra speech. But I don't think I will.
I want you sellswords out of my mind.
Watch your tongue, native. We'll leave when we're sure there's no Forsworn here.
Oh, and when would that be, I wonder? Will I sell my land to the Silverbloods?
The Silverbloods have made you a very generous offer for this pile of dirt. I suggest you take it.
What type of attack?
I'm one of the few native sons of the Reach that owns land. Doesn't make me very popular.
Are you in charge here?
My family has owned Karthwasten for generations. Rare for anyone in the Reach that isn't a Nord. Not that it does me any good. Nords think I'm working for the Forsworn. Forsworn think I'm working for the Nords.
Trouble with the mine?
Robbery is what it is. The Silverbloods are trying to muscle in on my land. Forsworn attack the mines, and suddenly all these sellswords show up to help. They won't let anyone work until I sell it off.
What if I convince him to leave?
You can try, but I'd keep your sword arm ready if things get ugly.
Oh,
Morning.
who are the Silverbloods?
A family of thieves, running their corrupt empire from Markarth. The Silverblood family own half the Reach, and they won't stop until they own all of it. All right, then.
We're in control of this mine. No sudden moves.
So there are plenty of mercenaries. Usually I try to speed through Anatak's dialogue so I can talk to the leader of the mercenaries before I have to go through a screen transition. He does have very nice mutton chops.
We're in control of this mine. No sudden moves.
So the guy will be waiting here. I'll drop a save real quick. I think I've auto-saved not too long ago, but I haven't saved myself for a bit.
I've been sent by Silverbloods to keep this mine safe. The mine is closed. Get lost.
Who's in charge here?
I'm not from here. I'm a sellsword. These are my men.
Why have you shut down the mine?
Forsworn attacked a while back. Jarl had no men to spare, so the Silverbloods generously offered to send us to clean things up. We just want that old native to hand over his land in payment for our services. Then we'll leave, and everyone can get back to work.
Good luck with that.
Right.
Who are the Silverbloods?
You haven't heard of the Silverblood family? They're the most important people in the Reach. They practically own the city of Markarth, and we're here on their coin.
I want you and your men to leave.
Helping out Einathatch, huh? Give me a reason not to plunge a dagger in your chest.
This whole town wants you out. Leave.
Dealing with a mob wouldn't be good for my coin purse. Fine. We're leaving.
Alright, so you will leave. While I'm already in this mine, I will mine out its silver. Got Elemental Fury earlier, but I can't actually use it yet.
No sudden moves.
They will leave. Just, they're not being particularly quick about it. Most of the silver in this mine is over here. I can do what I want. This is not your mine. If I'm remembering my history right, Australia was mainly, at least colonized by, mostly British convicts, yes? One of what I find the more fascinating things from Australian history to read about is the Emu War. so quite some time ago. So I can talk to him now.
Attacking my town. The Nords are trying to force me off it.
The Soulsludge won't be a problem now.
That won't be the last we hear from the Silverbloods. But at least we can get back to work. Thank you. You've done a good thing for me and my workers. Here, this is for you.
And he will give you some gold. And now the people here like me. I think people see those Liberty Mutual commercials these days and think that emus are just funny, but in the right circumstances, they're very dangerous. Kinda like koalas, you look at them and think they're all cute, but they will maul your face. So this other silver mine here in Karthwaste is not as developed as the others, so there's not as much silver ore inside of it. But there is still some. I always hope that at some point, as you progress through the game, they would clear this out and expand the mine. But they never do. There's probably a mod that does it, because it's Skyrim. There's probably a mod for just about everything you can think of. But I'm not sure of one at the moment. Well, I guess I've been misinformed. I'm not Australian, so I defer to your expertise. If you say koalas are not like that, then I will trust you on it. So, I said I will start the next stream with Coal Stinger Mine. To end this stream, I will return to Whiterun and drop off the stuff that I've already mined, so that I have plenty of carry weight available. And I decided I would read, I believe The Firmament was the book I chose to end this stream with. So I'll find a nice chair to sit at and read that book. And then we'll end the stream. I thought I would go for maybe an hour and a half tops tonight. And we're approaching 2.5 hours. So, a little longer than I expected the stream, but I've had a good time. Thank you everyone who joined and chatted at any point, whether you're still here or not. Thank you for coming back, Leroy. And Ella, and Emily, and Otis. Well, yes. And I think that's true of a lot of animals in general. As long as you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone.
What do you need, my Thane?
I have a few things to disenchant next time. Like the Poacher's Axe, but... Okay, so I'll take a nice seat by the fire. And... I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are. I will read this book, and then I will cut the stream. So, thank you for joining me, and let's read The Firmament by Fulke. The stars of Tamriel are divided into 13 constellations. I read The Firmament. I already read The Firmament. I will grab another book. How embarrassing. How about Red Mysterious Academia last time? How about the Code of Malakath? That'll tell me about some orcs. By Amanda Alea, Mercenary. A Sellsword's Guide to the Orc Strongholds. No one bests an orc. I don't need you to guess how many times I've heard that boast in some dingy tavern or screamed at the top of the lungs by some fellow sellsword with too much fire in him. But I'd be lying if I said the orc strongholds don't take those words as law. There are few places where Mizalea would tell you that tradition and the old ways makes for a better fighter, but with orcs it seems like staying true to your ancestors is the path to victory. Let me start a few steps back. The orc strongholds have existed as long as the orc race has, according to them. They are armored camps in the least, and fortresses at the most. Every man, woman, and child inside the walls is trained from birth to defend it. All their weapons and armor are smithed right there in the stronghold. All the food is hunted down by orc warriors and brought back to be eaten by everyone who lives there. They follow no laws, save their own, an unwritten set of rules called the Code of Malakath, named after one of their gods, who is sometimes called Moloch. Most of it's pretty simple. Don't steal, don't kill, don't attack people for no reason, although there seems to be a big list of exceptions. The orcs in the stronghold don't have jails for their criminals. They have blood price. You either pay enough in goods for your crimes, or you bleed enough that the victim is satisfied. And orcs, I don't need to tell you, have a lot of blood. The code also sets up who runs the stronghold. The toughest male is usually the chief, and makes decisions and decides when the Code of Malakath has been satisfied. All the women are either the chief's wives or his daughters, with the exception of the wise woman, who handles all the spiritual matters and healing needs. Matters of grave dispute are handled with short but violent fights, and those who don't get along with the chief are usually forced out of the stronghold to live among the rest of us. An orc grows up being told to fight for everything, that if something is not worth fighting for, it is beneath the code. Orc strongholds don't like strangers, used to living on their own like they do. Mizalea knows what she does because so many orcs leave the strongholds to become sellswords or soldiers, and a few pints of mead gets them talking about home. I hear that sometimes an orc will make a non-orc a bloodkin, and that person is only allowed to live in the stronghold as one of their clan, but I've never heard of that actually happening. For all their strange rules and traditions, the Code of Malakath does breed a culture of determined warriors. They're focused in ways that the average sellsword isn't. They don't hesitate to draw weapons and settle matters openly, and I think that's the real difference between the stronghold orcs and the city orcs. Imperial law allows you to settle fights through the Emperor's men, but the Code of Malakath demands you settle your problems yourself. A fine way of thinking if you're leading the mercenary's life.